Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here to chat about the January 2024 new releases that are on my radar. So first of all, I can't believe that we are doing the first video for 2024. We've made it. We are here. It's a brand new year. I am so excited for all the new things happening in 2024. Also with 2024, I think I'm just going to start doing new release videos like I've always done them as a part of my TBR, my reading plans for the month. Since I started my channel like a year and a half ago, it has always been my TBR and new releases in the same video. But I think going forward for 2024, I'm just going to do a new release video, all the ones that are on my radar that I want to get to. I will chat about ones in there that are like for book clubs or read-alongs or specific ones I know I'm going to be getting to that month. Otherwise, I kind of just want to give myself the grace and ability to be able to read whatever I want, not stick to a TBR, and just kind of mood read and get back into that. Pick up books that I see on Instagram, whatever the case. Like, I just want to kind of do that for going forward this year. So we'll see how it goes. But for January, we're just going to kick into the new releases. So I did post a video recently of like 20 anticipated new releases for 2024 that I think are going to be 5-star reads for me. So some of the ones from January are on that list, so I will link in the description of this video as well if you want to go check that one out. I'm excited for at the end of the year to then go back and watch that video and see if I was right about any of them or what my thoughts were on those 5-star reads. One of my favorite things to do is to keep track of new releases for the year. It's just something that I like to do and keep track of, so I always have like notes going in my notes app on my phone. I have it broken down by month. I think I have all the way up until November of this year, already new releases for every month going into November. So I am so excited for the year. We're going to start off with January though. So first up on January 4th is Falling by Willow Astor. This is actually book 4 in her Landmark Mountain series. I still need to catch up on this series. I believe they are though all standalones within a small town series. This one sounds really good. I think it's a grumpy sunshine pairing. The hero is a rancher and the heroine and him are forced to live together in this small town. It sounds so good. So I might want to catch up on this series or maybe just jump into this one. We shall see. Then on January 5th is Mine to Keep by Natasha Madison. This is book 8 in her Southern Wedding series. I have really enjoyed this series. I've read a couple from this author in the past, like different series of hers, and this one is definitely my favorite, especially the last few are kind of the middle range books. So this one, let's see, it's book 8. I love the covers. They always have these like gorgeous wedding scenes, which are so pretty. So this one sounds super cute. It says the hero is a single dad. He's a busy business owner and the heroine ends up moving to town and starting to work for him as his assistant. We have kind of that boss employee workplace situation. It is an age gap, has single dad. I am here for it. Then on January 9th is Any Duke in a Storm by Amelie Howard. This is the 4th book in her Daring Dukes series. I have read this series. I've really enjoyed them. I love the diversity in here with her characters and the locations. This is a historical romance series and I'm very excited for this one. It's a gorgeous like golden yellow cover. I actually just saw her last summer in Anaheim and was able to grab an early copy of this one. So I am so excited to dive into it. So this one says that the heroine is a famed spy and she is on board a ship to the West Indies. She's trying to track down this elusive Duke, which is of course the hero. It says she's this international spy and she is determined to infiltrate a notorious smuggling ring in the West Indies while on a covert mission as a ship's captain. So her identity gets compromised and she's forced to flee, and I think along the way the hero is involved. So this one sounds so good, so fun, like high seas adventure. I am here for it. On January 15th is What Happens at the Lake by Vi Keeland. So I haven't read this author, I think in quite some time, but I used to read her books a ton, especially when she did like co-written books with Penelope Ward as well. I used to read their books a ton back in the day. This one sounds like a lot of fun. It's a small town. The heroine ends up moving into town and her new neighbor is the hero, who's this like grumpy, grunting, broody guy. So it sounds like a fun setup and I can't wait to check it out. Then on January 16th is Midnight Ruin by Katie Robert. So this is book 6 in her Dark Olympus series, which is kind of like this hybrid of like a contemporary kind of fantasy, Greek retelling type world. Politics in this world don't make a lot of sense to me, but they are entertaining. So they're a fun time. I usually grab the audios from the library, which is what I'll probably do with this one. I believe this one is an MMF, so I will check it out. Then on January 18th is Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov. I'm so excited for this one. This is a new series from her, the start of a new series, so I cannot wait to get into it. I believe we have feuding families here. The hero's kind of like from the wrong side of the tracks. He's a fighter, he's a boxer, and ends up becoming neighbors with the heroine. And I know the hero in this one is the brother to the football player hero from her previous series, which that book was On the Shore. So I know we've already met this hero and I'm excited to see his romance. I love Laura Pavlov's small town romances and how they all kind of interconnect, so I can't can't wait to check out this new series from her. I know that she said that she is obsessed with the series franchise Rocky, which so was I growing up, so I'm so here for like a boxer romance. Also on January 18th is Face Off by Tegan Hunter. So this is the second book in her Seattle Serpents series, which is a hockey romance series. I am so excited for this one. I really love this author's hockey romances. They're always pretty low angst and they're just like a fun time, so I can't wait to check this one out. On January 19th is Twilight of Embers by Tessa Hale. So last year I had read Tessa Hale's Supernatural, Why Choose Paranormal series and had a lot of fun with those. This is the start of a new series and I'm very excited for it. It's Dragon, Shifters, Why Choose again, and I can't wait to get to it. Then on January 23rd is Her Adventures in Temptation by Megan Frampton. This is the third book in her School for Scoundrels series. The series has been kind of hit and miss for me, but kind of this author always is hit and miss for me, so I'm still excited to get to it. I'll probably check out the audiobook. I love the purple cover. I know that all of the heroes in this one, they were all raised in an orphanage, and so we've been getting their romances, this kind of like friend group who grew up together, so very much like a found family vibe amongst the heroes, and I'm excited just to get into more historical romances in 2024. Speaking of historical romances, also on January 23rd is It Takes a Rake by Anna Bennett. I am excited for this one as well. This one, the cover is so cute. I think all the covers in this series are adorable. I love the smiling hero and heroines. This is the third book in her Rogues to Lovers series, which I have really enjoyed. This series I've really enjoyed because they're set outside of London. We're kind of at this like Cape Side, seaside town. So this one sounds so good. It says the heroine is a talented heiress who is also an architect. And so it says that the town is holding its first ever architectural design contest and she is determined to win, and she's even going to get help from her childhood rival, who I believe is the hero. So that sounds so good. I can't wait to get into it. Then on January 24th is 1111 by Macaulay Smelter. I am excited for this one because I believe this one's age gap where the heroine is older. So yeah, it says after her divorce, she ends up moving across the country away from her family and friends for a new start. She goes on a date. It was supposed to be just like a one-night stand with a guy who I think is the hero. And then the next time she ends up going on a date with somebody else, she's on a date with this guy. It ends up being the hero's dad that she's on a date with. So I think the hero shows back up and she is super pulled to him, but he is like 11 years younger than her. So I'm very excited to get into this one and give it a try. Also on January 24th is Head Over Heels by Carla Sorensen. This is the second book in her newest series. This one says it's a city girl in a small town, cinnamon roll hero, opposites attract, big family dynamics, trapped in an elevator, meet cute. So this one sounds like so much fun. Then on January 25th is A Risk Worth Taking by Nikki Ash. So this one sounds super good. It's hidden identity, 14-year age gap where the hero I believe is older, secret pregnancy, broken heroine, romantic suspense vibes. So I am here for it. So I've read a few from this author now, and some of her more low angst ones aren't always for me, but her ones that kind of involve romantic suspense vibes have worked for me. So I'm excited to get to this one. Also on January 25th is Forever Her Marquess by Scarlett Scott. So this is book 2 in her recent Duke Most Wanted series. The first one just came out at the beginning of December, which I read. It's a novella. This one's actually novella length as well. I believe all of these take place at this house party where like this matchmaking is happening. So this is the second novella in the series. I'm excited to get to it. I always love Scarlett Scott's historical romances. Also on January 25th is The Summer You Found Me by Elizabeth O'Rourke. So this is book 3 in her summer series. This series has kind of not really been a hit for me, more misses, but I'm excited to still check it out. I do love Elizabeth O'Rourke's writing. I have read all of her books, so I mean I have to get to this one too, right? So this one says that the heroine is out of rehab and trying to win her husband back, and so it's going to be this kind of like uphill battle, and so she ends up actually moving in with her husband's best friend, who I think is the hero. So I don't know, is this a love triangle? Like what's happening here? Sounds interesting. I might check it out. It sounds very angsty and like a love triangle vibe, although I think it's obvious who she's going to end up with from the synopsis, but we shall see. Then on January 30th is my most anticipated release of January, which is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. This is of course the third book in the Crescent City series, which I absolutely love. I'm actually going to be rereading books 1 and 2 before book 3 comes out. This will be, I think, my third or fourth reread of the first 2 books in the series, and I can't wait. I love the series so much. This is going to be one of those where, I mean, this is my most anticipated release probably of the entire year. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be one of those where I like put down everything else and like this is all I'm reading and devouring and living in. So can't wait. I'm so excited. Also on January 30th, this one was actually just released a few days ago. So this is Ick Factor by Morgan Elizabeth. This is, I believe, the 4th or 5th one now in her Season of Revenge series. So I need to catch up on the series, but I know they're all standalones as well. And I just love the Revenge series from her. So I'm excited to get to this one. This one says fake dating, workplace, revenge, romance. So I can't wait to check that one out as well. So those are all the new releases that I'm excited for in January. I have just a couple like book club reads to chat about as well that I can't wait to get to. So for 2024, the Historical Hellions book club, the co-hosts Jess from Peace Love Books and Samantha from Books with Samantha were so sweet and asked me to join them as another co-host. So I'm so excited to be a part of their book club now and be a co-host. So the January pick is The Gift by Julie Garwood. This is the third book in her Crown's Spies series. I read the first book in the series, which was Lion's Lady. Didn't really love that one, so I'm kind of curious how this one will fall. I have enjoyed Julie Garwood's books in the past. That one just didn't really work for me, so hopefully this third book in the series will. So excited to join the Historical Hellions book club, and there'll be all the info for like live shows and stuff like that on Instagram, so make sure to follow there as well. So those are all the new releases that I'm excited to get to in January. Like I said, I kind of want to just take it easy and read whatever I want, whenever I want. I definitely want to get into more historical romances again. I really miss those. Maybe kind of take a break from some of the newer contemporaries because they haven't been working super well for me lately. So do that and just kind of like a mood read, like see what Libby audio holds come in, or what I see on Instagram, or what I see other people reading and loving. Kind of just doing that, maybe catching up on some series that I've been meaning to read for forever, getting more into backlist reads for authors that I love, just kind of all of those things. So yeah, I mean, you'll see what I end up reading during my wrap-ups for the month. So let me know in January what you're excited to read, if you're going to pick up any of these new releases, if you are super excited to dive into any books for January that aren't new releases, let me know that too. So excited we're in 2024. I still can't believe it. And yeah, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.